The tide recedes, but leaves behind bright seashells on the sand. The sun goes down, but gentle warmth still lingers on the land. The music stops, and yet it echoes on its sweet refrains. For every joy that passes, something beautiful remains. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is with this verse that I will start today's celebration of life for Carmel. If you haven't already done so, could you please turn your mobile phones off or make them silent? My name is Karen Fennell, and it is an honour and privilege to guide you through today's service. My deepest condolences to the Dawson family. Our arms are wrapped around you with comfort and warmth, just as one of Carmel's little jumpers would have. I know she will be sincerely missed by you all. Carmel passed away peacefully on the 21st of August in the Kingston Soldiers Memorial Hospital, aged 95 years old. Today we gather as family, united in grief, to inter the ashes of your dearly loved mother, mother-in-law, granny and great-granny. Carmel will be reunited after 11 years with her beloved Ron. Carmel was a very special person. She was loving and kind, and she had a very special place in the hearts of all that knew her. She was treasured and loved, and this was what made her who she was, and she passed her love to others in her life. Carmel was caring and generous, and you all were very important people to her. Today's service is not to mourn Carmel's death, but it is to celebrate and pay tribute to a full and rich life. The greatest legacy that Carmel left you is fond memories and a life well lived. You will remember her with love and gratitude for the person she was, and we would like to thank Carmel for showing us the importance of being happy with simple pleasures of life and enjoying every day that she could. Today we share grief. We cannot think of Carmel's life without resolving to live a fuller and more meaningful life of our own. Because you loved her, because we are here, even now Carmel exerts her influence on us. Her passing makes us to get our values into perspective. You will all grieve today because you are all parting with someone who you have known and loved, but you are also faced with the fact that your grieving has no boundaries. There will be hours, days and weeks when the grieving of Carmel will come and go and catch you unaware, but try to feel comfort in the love of family and friends that surround you, and in the knowledge that in you Carmel's love will always endure in your heart and always very near. All your lives have been enriched by having known Carmel and by having shared her in her love. We give thanks for her life and remember her with gratitude and deep love. We will now hear some of Carmel's life story with her eulogy. Carmel Rose Meany was born in Jamestown Hospital on the 9th of 5th, 1927. She had two sisters, Marie Ryan and Patricia McKenney, and one brother, Brian Meany. Carmel was a registered nurse and worked in Balaclava Hospital for 2 years and the Royal Adelaide Hospital for 2 years. She then obtained her midwifery certificate at Broken Hill. Carmel also worked at Nowra Hospital, Geraldton, Western Australia, Yorktown, Mount Gambier, Millicent and Kingston. Carmel married Ronald James Dawson in 1957 and moved to Rome to live. They had 3 sons, Philip, born September 58, Marcus, born March 1961, and Anthony, born in August 62. As there was no resident doctor at the time, for 20 years she tended to the sick and injured in a voluntary capacity. Carmel had so many stories to tell. She had people calling in who had been in car accidents, people who need stitches, women who needed assistance in having their babies. Carmel kept books with records of whom she assisted and what they required. The town would have been lost without her assistance with caring for the sick and injured. In December 1979, she was employed by the Kingston Hospital as an outreach nurse for Robe. She worked 15 hours a week, employed for 9 years, then retired in February 1988. During this time, she received Citizen of the Year in 1985, well deserved. She played a lot of golf in her younger years, became club champion and had a hole-in-one. Carmel also loved her bowls. She held positions on the committee and enjoyed the social aspect of the sport. Carmel adored all her grandchildren. She was always interested in what they were doing. She kept tabs on all of them. She had a couple of brag books she loved to show all her friends and visitors who popped in to see her. Lots of photos and newspaper articles about the family. Carmel volunteered for a number of groups in Robe, not only as her role of helping the sick and injured, but was involved in the Robe Golf Club and Bowling Club for a number of years. She helped with the library book sale for quite a few years, being an annual event in January school holidays. Carmel also loved her bridge. She enjoyed her Mondays playing, and then occasionally a group of 4 of the ladies would meet on a Friday and play. She was also a part of the knitting group who met at Mahalia's every Wednesday. She loved her knitting. Endless supply of beanies for her grandkids. Carmel was a very caring and compassionate lady, always thinking of others and what she could do and give to other people, and she will be sadly missed by everyone. May we all resolve that while you live, you will strive to make your living of real worth, just as Carmel did. We never lose the people we love, even to death. They continue to participate in every act, every thought, and every decision we make. We will now take some time to listen to a piece of music the family have chosen. This is a time to remember Carmel that evokes special memories to you. found a poem that I would like to share with you. It's called A Knitter's Prayer, and I thought it was appropriate for Carmel. I pray when risen from the dead, I may in glory stand, perhaps a crown upon my head, but 2 needles in my hand. I never learnt to sing or play, so let no harp be mine. From childhood to my dying day, plain knitting been my life. And so as close the trumpet's call, I have not fame or riches, but sweet content's knit in my soul in a million happy stitches. Family, friends, our time together here today is nearing the final farewell. I will now say some words of committal for Carmel. Today, we commit the spirit of Carmel Rose Dawson to eternal rest. Carmel, you have walked amongst us in flesh, blood, mind, heart and spirit. You have brought strength, you have brought light. We value everything you have been and everything you have sought to be. For our part, we remember that we pass this way but once, to leave in the lives of others a worthy legacy and of fond affection. Tony, would you like to come forward, please? Tenderly and reverently, we commit the body of Carmel Dawson to be buried in this simple plot, to be reunited with Ron. Rest peacefully now, knowing you are loved and will never be forgotten, until we meet again. Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude today's proceedings. I would like to thank you for gathering here today and farewelling Carmel. You are all now invited to share afternoon tea at the, where are we going? At the bowling club. And you may like to come forward and say a final goodbye to Carmel.